Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about something that is not as exciting as camera or lens or even tripods. Today we're going to talk about something that's quite unsexy. We're going to talk about battery. Except this battery is pretty sexy, I'm not going to lie. However, I wouldn't call it just a battery. This is more of a power unit. This is definitely a unit. I mean, they call themselves a power bank. Originally, I wasn't going to do a video about this battery because it's just a battery. I was at most maybe do a little short about it. I mean, again, it's just a battery. But after I learned more about it, this thing packed a punch. So there's so much that I want to show you. So much I want to talk about it. So I'm going to decide to make a whole YouTube video about it. But yeah, first, let's unbox it. Okay, first impressions, I love the little rubber corner and the bottom because I'm dropping this on my table. I'm not worrying it's scratching my table at all because it's just rubberized. Like it is smooth. It's not like those rough edges. Like when I put my camera down normally, I would place it very gently on the table. But for this, I feel like I'll be more at ease and I'll be fine. It's not leaving a dent or anything. And so I feel pretty safe to even just throw this, into my backpack without being too cautious about it. Which, of course, I'm not suggesting you to just throw this around, but I'm just saying I feel safe. That's all. Let's talk about some of the features, okay? So as you can see, it is a giant brick. It is pretty heavy. This is, let's see, what is the full name of this called? Let me check. Everyone just called it X99, but this is technically, and this is on the website, is the SmallRigGlobalX-Touch Smart Triple Proof V-Mount Battery X99. That's a mouthful. But for simplify, it's the X99. So that's what I'm gonna call it from now on. And this thing is more than just a V-mount battery. Like on the back, of course, you have your typical V-mount. This thing has over 27,000 milliamps of power. And to give you some reference, an iPhone, like, an iPhone 17 from like Air to Pro Max is somewhere between 3,000 to 5,000. This is over 27,000. So you can charge your phone many times, but you're not gonna use this to just charge your phone, but can you? Yes, you can. Why? Well, let's look at some of the ports, okay? So let's open it up. So in here, you'll see there are a bunch of ports on the top here. So from the top here, you have two ports here. That is USB-C that can go up to 100 watts. In the middle, you have a USB-A in case you have something that you still need to use USB-A. There's also some direct current ports. So here, there's a 12 watt, and then in this side, it's 8 watts. So you have a lot of option here, but that's not it. There's also two more on the side. So those are D-tap. There's one on the left and one on the right. So this battery is called triple proof because it is dust proof, waterproof, and drop proof, which also means, dust couldn't get in if water couldn't get in, or it can get in, it's just more resistant. It has an IP rating of IP54, so meaning you can pretty much put in the rain and float around on the ground. If dust get into it, it won't be a problem. You should still be able to use it without any issue. So I've seen a lot of YouTubers just throwing this around. They are like just chugging it like to dirt, to rock, and they survive. I'm not gonna do that because I love my stuff. I trust their demonstration and I trust SmallRig that can make this really rugged. Like I saw it at NAB 2025 this year, and I know this thing can take a punch, so I'm not gonna punch it. I believe it, okay? Now, earlier I said that this thing, it is overpowered, over futuristic, and over engineered because of this. What I haven't shown you yet is if I press this button on the side, a screen turn on. So what is on this screen? Well, let's take a look. So there's a button here on the side that says check, right? And when you press it, it allows you to turn on this little screen. Still have this little paper on it here. Let's take this off. But look how good this screen looks. Like this is so bright, and I am having like a reflection that you can tell even with the reflection, right? This is so bright, but I could still read it easily. It dims after a while, but if I press the button again, boom, full brightness. This is awesome. Now this is not just a screen, it is also a touch screen. So let's play around with it. On the top here, I see there's Celsius and Fahrenheit. It also, of course, tell you how much battery has left, so 39%. I showed you how many total voltage is being used right now. None, because nothing is plugged in. It also tells you the time. So it's really useful for you to have everything plugged in, and if you want to know how much power you have left, you don't have to guess. And this happens a lot in productions, right? During productions, like, I need to gauge how much longer I can shoot. And oftentimes it's restricted by light, because swapping out my camera battery is not that difficult, but finding battery for my light, that is a whole different story. And most of them don't tell you how much time is left. But with this, if you're using power directly from this guy, it can tell you how much power it has left and based on how much you're using. And because it have a smart chip in it, you can actually look at each thing to see how long each thing has. Now, if you swipe left to right, you can actually see the different outlets, which one is using what and how many voltage and how much power it's using. And if I swipe down, it also have the brightness of the screen. That was even at 100%, that was like 91, so now it's at full 100%. Now, there's also two other buttons here. One is give you information of the battery. The other is a little symbol that I'm not sure how to describe it, but it looks like a signal symbol. At first, I wasn't sure what that is, but then I figured it out. This thing can connect to a smart app device. That is very useful, and let me tell you why. All right, let's try to connect it to the app. So first I'm gonna click add equipment. I'm going to press this button, so then the blue light turn on in the middle. And then on the app, I'm gonna click power supply and then click add equipment. And there you go, the light show up, click confirm, and it is configuring. And there you go, 100% done. Added it. So what I can do with this is that using the app, I can see a lot of information that I'm actually seeing on the screen. So you may ask, well, Martin, if I can see this on the screen, why do I need this app for it? Well, because there's many times that I would put my light somewhere where I can't see or I cannot reach. So let's say I'm putting a light on the top of a beam or something like that. So it's even something farther away and I need to turn it on and off. If that light doesn't have that option for me to turn it on and off remotely, this could be a lifesaver, because you can now use this to turn off any other device that is plugged into this without having to get to it. So let's try an example, right? So this is what you see on the screen right now. So right now on the app, I'm gonna swipe to the right. I'm gonna click on USB C1, click on that, client hereby you sure when I close the port, confirm, there you go. Now on the screen, you can see how C1 is completely like muted. The color is kind of like half opaque. It is not on anymore. But of course, if I want to do it on this device, I can just long press on that, click on, and then that would turn it back on. Now, there's also one hidden feature. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's actually on the back of this. On the phone, there is a button that says backlight LED. What does it do? Well, if I press it on, you can see this light turn on right here. Well, it's very useful for you if you need to find this device. Let's say you have a bunch of batteries. You got a bunch of X99, you need to identify which one is which. You can just press that, it turn on and off, and you can see where it is. But also, you can use this for like a quick light in case you need to on set, you need to look for something in your back, in the backstage, you can't see anything. You have battery. If for some reason your phone battery is not enough, you can use this as a way to figure out where things are, or just look at small text. And you can also control like how powerful it is. 0%, you turn down and bring up to 56%, or all the way to 100%, so it gets a bit brighter. So, lots of options for that. Now, of course, if you want to turn on the light without using your phone, and let's say you can't have your phone on set for some reason, you can still swipe down from the top and click on the flashlight button, and the flashlight will turn on. So with all these ports, even if you're not using this as a V-mount battery, you can still use it for, let's say, power banks. That's for you, on the go, for travel. It is a little bit overkill for most people, but if you're doing production, this is something you can consider. Oh guys, one more thing. So yes, there are two USB-C ports, so meaning charging it is very easy now. I could literally just plug it in and it will start charging. However, I did try one thing that I feel like a lot of you would be thinking, at least I thought about, is that if I plug in both sides, can it charge like both at the same time? No, it cannot, but it does charge really fast. It's like, taking both all the way to 99 watts, so it's charging really fast. In fact, it tells you how much time left for charging when I plug it in. When I plug it in, the time left is definitely for batteries, because it was showing me like, I was like 38% and showing me like 40 minutes or something like that. But once I unplug it right now, it's showing me like 2 hours battery left. So meaning it does change the screen, telling you what the time left for when you're charging, for when you're using it. I don't know what it's like if I'm using it and charging it at the same time. I'm not sure which time it will indicate. Most likely it will be time left. But anyway, If you got this, test it out, let me know. Maybe it doesn't, so yeah. And that's it. Well, thank you so much for watching. If there's anything else you would like me to showcase or talked about, feel free to leave a comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.